to cancel that appointment, to reschedule. I'm not sure if I'm going to reschedule or not. I also signed up for, around that time, a sky meditation breathing technique webinar. And somewhere right around 10:45, I get a call from a number that I don't recognize. It's like a 909 or 902. And I answered it anyways because I know I'm going to have a new, I've been assigned a new advisor for my academics. And I answered and I did not know who it was, but they were calling to remind me that my sky meditation breathing webinar was going to be starting in 15 minutes. And I'm so glad I answered because I would have spaced it out, and I was like, wow, that's courteous, that's great. I wish more people would do that. Fucking call and remind me, please. And so I did. I logged in. Still a little late because I got stuck on the toilet taking a fat shit, which I also appreciate, because get these toxins out of my body. Like, get this shit out of my system, out of my stomach, out of me. Everything that's making me feel like shit, just get it out of me. I'm really glad that I attended this free class. We went over a breathing technique and talked about breathing and how it affects your body and how the body breathes when it is affected. And it just made a lot of sense. Like, when your body is not feeling well or sad, your breath is shallow and it's harder to breathe. It's slower. I feel like that's kind of where I've been at. This like heavy, shallow breathing, where I feel like it's always like kind of hard to breathe, or there's an effort. And then they talked about the happy breathing, which is breathing that's just regular, normal. We don't even notice because it's not affecting us, right? It's just in the pattern that we should be. And then there's the angry breathing, which is super heavy, fast, and way different. And these breathings affect the way our body reacts, but they're also a reaction to what's going on inside our body. That really resonated with me. So we went over a breathing technique. We did this sky meditation. It's about a 25-minute breathing exercise and relaxation. And I started seeing rainbow colors, but like in a circle, kind of like it would go to one, to another, and then start all over again. And then it went like dark, and then I saw a lot of purple, a lot of bright purple lights in the middle of like a dark tunnel, but not like in a circle, just kind of like pixelated in the center of my vision. And when we came back, the cool thing about this webinar is that there was only like 10 people, but we were invited to communicate and to talk, and it was an actual real live person doing the meditation. It wasn't just a pre-recorded webinar where you weren't really involved, you were just listening. And they didn't just mute everyone so they can get their agenda across. You know, it was like we were welcome to unmute and to discuss our feelings and our thoughts. And I really appreciated that too. And then towards the end, of course, we were all invited to participate in the sky meditation breathing courses, but we weren't pressured to do it, and we were all separated into group chat rooms where we can actually speak to an instructor and they can answer any questions. And then I thought, yeah, I want to do this, but it's going to cost me $245, right? And I cannot afford to give that much money right now. And I asked, well, can I split it up? And they were like, yeah, totally. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll give you half now and half. Like, but I can't like just do the time and day that you have available. And the instructor was like, well, let me know what works for you. What is a good time for you? You know, we all have full-time jobs. It's a nonprofit organization. Everyone volunteers their time to do this. And so it's not like money motivated. The agenda is not like strictly just to make money off of this. It's actually to spread the practice. And so I got a chance to talk to one of the instructors or volunteer instructors about what led me to this webinar in the first place, because he had asked, well, how'd you find us? What brought you here? And I explained to him out of the frustration of being unwell and giving up on prescription meds and still having so much to do and not having the energy to do it. He said that he had also experienced some neurological issues 12 years ago before he started this practice, and it has all gone away. It's all really helped him. And so if just me, like, he's like, can you set aside 9 hours? Like, is 9 hours something that you can dedicate towards something that may change your health and your life? And I was like, yeah, I could do that. And then I thought in the back of my mind, I paid $500 to get my eyebrows tattooed. I can pay $250 to learn some meditations and breathing techniques that may possibly help me and change my life. You know, the tattoo didn't do anything. It's just there. It hasn't changed my life. I mean, yeah, now I can like just plug my eyebrows around my tattoo and not fuck them up. But it hasn't contributed to my health at all. I think it was just something that I knew I could do, so I did it. Which is how I have to take myself. You know, if I can do something to better my health and my life, do it. And why not? You know, so I'm signed up for the Sky Meditation learning courses, and then there's also some healing sound courses that I can take, that I think I will take. I will definitely take. I was watching an Erykah Badu video not too long ago, and she was talking about the sound healing, and I'm like, yes. I want to learn any kind of alternative healing methods I can, that I have control over, right? That I can do on my own, that I can participate in. That way I can heal myself. Because this fucking roller coaster ride of medication on and off, and having energy some days, trying to cram in as much as I can on those days, and not having energy other days, and still trying to cram in as much as I can, and then just crashing and not wanting to leave my fucking house. I can't keep living like this. This is exhausting. On the interesting aspect of this also is that my rheumatologist's last name is a very uncommon Indian last name, like Middle Eastern Indian. And this instructor had the same exact last name as her. And I even brought it up. I was like, hey, my rheumatologist has the exact name. He's like, what? And the instructor lives in King County. And so I thought, oh, for sure, this has got to be her husband or related or something. And I brought it up, and he's like, oh, really? He's like the only person he knows in Bothell with his last name. So that's interesting. And I thought, yeah, that is super aligned, you know. I'm right where I need to be. My doctor's appointment was canceled, you know. I didn't cancel it. I was going to show up. I mean, believe me, I tried showing up last Friday for my appointment that was today, and they called and canceled. So that's 2 times I thought I was going to see a doctor and didn't, and then ended up talking to this sky meditation instructor who has the same last name as my rheumatologist, who pretty much told me that she could not help me anymore. And now this person with the same last name is picking up where she left off. That is like not a coincidence. That's alignment. So while I was explaining to this instructor everything that I'm doing, the one thing that I did not explain or even or I realized that I don't do enough is self-care. I always talk about it with other people. I mean, music was self-care for a minute, but now it's not. Now it's just another fucking thorn in my side. It's like been such a struggle. And I'm not even sure it's worth keeping together at this point. Like, I feel like working on my PhD dissertation and my job, those two are aligned. Those paths are just kind of moving along with each other, and then this musical path is like the black sheep. It's not been easy, and it's been something that I've been trying to keep doing. And in my own advice, in my own words, what I tell people all the time is, if it's something that doesn't come smoothly and it's a struggle to keep going, then it's probably not a part of the truth, you know, or the path that you're supposed to be on. Because things that are meant to be happen without trying. So I'm going to keep exploring this self-care journey. And I mean, honestly, this band and this music has just been a constant struggle that I'm not sure I have the energy for anymore. But I'm going to practice some self-care and see if I can re-spark the motivation for that. I'm not sure if I want to. I mean, it's not just me, it's me and 3 other fucking guys, and I have no control over their negative or positive energy or aspirations, or if they show up, or if they text or call or respond, you know, like I don't have control over that. And that's frustrating. That's like the only area in my life right now that there's constant conflict, that I'm leaning towards just letting go and walking away from. Like, I always advise people to just walk away from negative energy, and it's been like a constant up and down fucking roller coaster ride of negative energy. It really has, with the music. Sometimes it's great, but most of the time I'm barely there mentally. I'm just pushing myself. And for what? You know, honestly, I don't even know. I forgot why I started it. What it was, like a dream, a wish, something I thought I could do that I am doing. but the end result is not really fulfilling. It's just become more of a chore. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm gonna wash some clothes and then go back home and log on for my day 6 of my 3rd residency for school.